how you perking? I hope you're perking good. So, August 2024, we have made it to the August 2024 predictions video here today. Just trying to figure out what in the world is it that we can expect for August, what's going to come up, what's going to be on our radar, what do we need to know about, any kind of heads up that we need to have, any insights. You get the drift. We want to know. We're tired of being blindsided. Is there anything that we can figure out? So we're going to take a look at that today, get some predictions here on the channel. I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive, and on these videos we take a look at the tea with the tarot. Before you freak out and run away, just know I've got a good track record here on the channel. And just in case it becomes relevant, at the time of filming this, it is 5:54 on Tuesday, July 30th. So I am filming this 2 days before it turns August 1st. I don't know if there's going to be some predictions that start popping up here soon, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to get this video uploaded. Hopefully real soon. But just, I like to show the clock to timestamp things. It makes things simpler. It really does. So here we go. Let's pull the cards up and move this microphone right here. And let's start getting shuffled up here so we can figure out what in the world we're going to look forward to in August 2024. As always, this is all alleged, just my interpretation. Okay, all alleged, just my interpretation. Gotta say that for the YouTube overlords that get mad when you say certain things and don't be like, oh, this is just how I interpret it, you know, wink, 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 if I could wink. So as I get shuffled up also, these videos are always open internationally because we have a lot of viewers from all over, so I like to open this up internationally for anyone that this could apply to. Wherever there's detail on the exact areas that this might apply to, I make that known. So we will see how this goes. And just like last time, I'm not going to confine this to any particular categories. I'm just going to read based on whatever comes up, whatever our spirit guides say that we are allowed to know, can know, should know, etc. Whatever they feel like they want us to know, they will bring it up. And if there's things that they don't want us to know, guess what? I ain't gonna be able to squeeze it out of the card. So let's see. Let's take a dive in here. Start up. What's the first things first? August 2024. What can we know? That's the first card. Penelope, hold me for support. Hold me for support. I'm sure if y'all can't see that, it's the DEATH card. That's our very first card. Lovely. Just lovely. Okay, fall right on out, why don't you? Sure. Alrighty, so I am gonna work on getting some context here just to give a little bit more before we get started. Of course, you know, I want a context card on our death card here because, oh, alright. Okay. And then, you know, for Shigs, beginning and end, you know, Alpha and Omega, beginning and end. Let's get a card over here. All right. So, I guess as y'all know, on this channel we have a penchant for the dramatic, a flair for sensational shit coming up, and it's not like I've asked for this specifically. Y'all saw I asked very wide open, just kind of what we're allowed to know, what we can know that they want to tell us, and this is where it went. So I'm sorry that it has opened this way. What I'll say in August, when we get the death card upright, usually that's not referring to literal DEATH. I have to monitor how often I say that word. It's usually not referring to that in a literal sense, but considering it came up first, It just absolutely jumped out as the first card. I'm going to leave that open that it could be, that this could be a twofer, okay? So as we read this, I'm going to read it both ways because I don't like that it opened with this card. I don't want to skip past the importance of that. So we're going to read that one both ways, and we're going to get into this from there. So going with pretending, God forbid, that we're talking about actual DEATH in a very literal way, there could be a pretty big representation of that in August. So whether that means someone that is very well known, very important, that, you know, regardless of what country you live in, you probably know this person's name or whatever, could be somebody like that type of level who passes in August. Or this can mean literal DEATH as in an event that happens in August that unfortunately causes a lot of that. So, you know, a mass issue of sorts. Trying to be very careful with the words that I use on YouTube so that I can keep the video up. So sorry for having to speak in code. Get mad at YouTube for that. Don't shoot the messenger for that. So that is where this could be coming from in the literal sense. If we're going to move forward from that literal sense and we're going to start using this in its more symbolic sense, and again, this could stand for both in August of 2024. It may not be an either or, like neither or, either or. It may not be that. It may be a both, a yes and. We're seeing Death card in a non-literal sense with a 10 of swords in reverse on top of it, meaning that there could be some sort of thing trying to take hold and move forward in a transformed direction, but it's not really fully successfully able to do so because of people not wanting to let go of control for that to happen. So you know how, you know, here's some, you know, wild example. Okay. So as an example, say we all the time are like, I want change for this, or I want change for that, and blah, 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 blah. And everybody's talking about, we want change. We want things to be different and yada, yada, yada. But then there's certain people that are so well benefited by how the things already are, the way things are, that they are completely reluctant to change. They drag a leg whenever it comes time to make any changes. They impede those changes. They do things to try to block it and get in the way every step of the way. I'm seeing a lot of that energy in August 2024. I'm seeing these loud outpours and outcries for change, and I'm seeing those who benefit from the way things currently are, the legacy way of being, doing things, whether they're doing things, you know, face forward, or whether they're doing things behind the scenes, cowardly. Either way, I see them doing things to impede that type of forward movement, that type of succession, that type of development. I'm seeing them very much so getting in the way, and getting in the way in all the ways that they can. I see them doing things to confuse people, to intentionally obfuscate, to make people feel the need to make speculations on things so that there's nothing clear, because there's no better way for people to start, you know, looking stupid or carrying on and getting divided, or, you know, causing problems, than to make things feel unclear and muddy the waters intentionally, and then people are all left speculating and guessing on what can happen, and then they start fighting about, no, you're wrong, I think this is what happened, no, you're wrong, I think this is what's going on. And that's a good thing for some people, because it means, oh good, you're leaving this thing alone here that I want to stay the same, because now I've tricked you into fighting over this thing or focusing on this thing or whatever. We're going to see a lot of that energy play out in August. And I see that there will be relationships that are, I guess I could say, kind of breaking up or growing estranged as a result of this. And I see this happening, like this entire thing that I'm seeing it happen in multiple places and across multiple levels. So like, I see this could be happening in certain people's personal lives. I also see this could be happening like within people's actual societies, big things at large. I see this happening in more than one country in August. Like there's big things here that are not that, like this theme is bigger than this one situation in this one place. This is gonna be across the board happening, kind of like, here as another example, kind of like every time we go through some major astrological event, you know, let's say it's the total solar eclipse or something like what we went through earlier this year here in the States and stuff like that. And those kinds of things happen and they're big, and astrologers say things like across the board, across the world, the whole collective will be feeling this, and there will be things happening in each of your societies that are symptoms of this overarching issue. And they say that kind of thing. Think of this top row like that, as if it's like a collective astrological event or something, where we're going to see this theme playing out in multiple places at multiple levels. And it's going to be big and it's going to wreak havoc. So putting that out there, it's got to happen though. As uncomfortable as it is, don't we want to have people pushing the envelope on how things need to change, and then addressing it when people try to cover things up and keep it the same, and we're starting to be like, hey, wait, no, hold on, I'm not buying into this. That's not what the conversation's about. We're trying to deflect here. This is what we're actually getting at. Let's not get lost and subverted by these other issues here. Hold on, let's stay on track. Like that's useful. This part here with the obfuscating and you know, dragging a leg, that's not helpful. But the point that comes out of this is helpful, and it is forward moving, so that part is necessary. But that means that August can be even more contentious than things have already been. So yay. Not necessarily something I entirely look forward to, but you know, that's how life works sometimes, isn't it? Bottom row here, 5 of Wands in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse, then a Page of Wands upright, and I put this as my little context card, my 2 of Pentacles, and he came up in our reverse position here. This feels like, in a sense, it kind of continues this energy a little bit, in that the confusion continues and the conflict and turmoil continues. Both of those are there. But when our Page of Wands comes up, it's a messenger card to say, hey, we're going to drop a message about something. And the message that they're dropping is, hey, there is something that's not going to change. There's something that's not going to change. Let's see. It's something that people are looking out for, waiting for a change, but it's saying in August it's not going to happen. We get the heartbreak card here. Thank goodness it's in a reverse position, but still, this is not, you know, always the most welcomed card to see, because it does refer to painful things going on. And yeah, okay. So we're going to see a big continuance despite our best efforts. And again, the things that they're putting up in my head, it spans across several different types of arenas here. It's the same theme in different categories. So think politics, things that people are saying, hey, this needs to change over in politics, that we have a vision of how we want these things to change over, but nope, we're not going to let those visions take hold, and we're just going to let you sit in it and stew in it. Okay, then, moving over, let's say we're talking about, the economy or something. Once again, apply this same logic to the category of economy. It's people saying there's certain things that need to change, people starting to voice up for it further and further and further, clamp down. Nope, it's not going to happen. We're going to have to just sit in it. Like that whole vibe, just literally copy and paste on all these big major I'm so sorry for hitting your eyes, Penelope. Major overarching categories. Just think about those and superimpose this same message on here, and we're going to get this. And think about how frustrating that's going to be if that's happening in all of those sectors. Corporate stuff, this happening. Inside the government, this happening. Even if it's like, Lord help me, we've just gone through, as I'm sitting here filming now, just gone through a bit of a big hoopla with, the opening ceremony of the Olympics and certain people being very upset and offended by it, certain people being like, hey, y'all quit getting your panties in a twist over this, yada, yada, yada. I still see like you could imply this to even that situation. Situations where it talks about progress versus staying the same, being politically correct versus telling it like it is, or whatever, however people, I don't know if that's the opposite of political correctness or not, but that's how people kind of pitch it. So like literally this theme superimposed onto all of these big overarching major categories, that makes for a very unsettled August of 2024. That means August is going to have more arguing and fighting than we've already seen in 2024. And Lord knows we've already had enough of it. But nope, there's going to be more. The intensity will continue. The intensity will build. And again, people are going to be having these opinions. They're going to be trying to voice things out. Other people are going to be kind of trying to distract and obfuscate. Things aren't going to be happening. And the whole thing is basically who benefits from us having this issue here? Who benefits from this? Because follow it back to that, and that'll give some answers. This is a wild month for that. And for them to be bringing out these major types of themes and laying into this first right out of the gate tells me that August is going to be some sort of catalyst month of the year. And by that, I feel like this means that it's like planting the seed for us to be going along with whatever this is until, some of us over here are like, wait a second, what are we even doing? And then some of us over here, wait a second, what the hell is going on? And then some over here, hold on, is this what's actually important? Am I missing something? Is there something else I should be taking a look at? I think we're getting steered in the wrong direction, and there's going to be pockets of people taking pause and starting to notice that. And that seems like the actual point here for August, is that we're supposed to be having more and more pockets of people noticing those things and pausing and disengaging from those things to be like, hold on, and then turn their focus back to the real issues. That looks like what August is for, is to continue to help those, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it, awakenings in people, because that's the catalyst that we need for things to roll in a more mask off direction, to move forward in a way where things that happen behind a veil, things that happen behind the scenes, you're not going to be able to get away with that anymore. People are going to be able to catch on quicker, and people are going to be able to do something about it and say something about it, and you're not going to be able to cover that up. So that is at the heart of where all of this comes from. Frustration or not, annoying or not, that's our silver lining here, and let's keep our eyes and ears open to it. Let's also pull these up. I need to reshuffle them and look back into more things that we can know about August 2024. So I'm reshuffling this. As I'm shuffling this up, of course, every time we do a monthly predictions video, we always have an extended monthly predictions video over on the Perk Squad for channel members. So if you would like to, later when this video is finished, if you'd like to see an extended video of anything else that we can know about August 2024, then jump right on over there with the blue join button below, or the link in the description box to join the Perk Squad. We have lots of perks to this Perk Squad, one of which are video shout outs. So shout out to you, Ashley Reality. Shout out to you, and thank you for being a member of the Perk Squad. Happy to have you here, Ashley. Shout out to you. Alrighty. I have shuffled and shuffled and shuffled. What else, pray tell, spirit guides, can we know about August 2024? Let's see, what else can we know about August 2024? Okay. So, something in August the world is actually going to unite about. So that I see is a very good thing, that we will be on the same page uniting about this certain thing in August. I do want to see, just to put things out there further. Okay, whatever this issue is, it has previously been something that kind of operated in the dark a little bit. It's something that does have to do with money or the economy, even if it's just that it's expensive and it affects the economy. But I see it coming up, and I see it coming up on a worldwide stage. We get our tower moment about it, which isn't good, because tower moments are always explosive, big deals, big things. But the world is on the same page about it. So this is what's weird. If we're all on the same page about it, as the world, for the most part, why on earth is there able to be a tower moment over this? What in the world is going to go on to shake things up, tear down the current tower to where we're going to have to build back different? What in the world would be causing that to happen on something that at least the majority of us across the world seem to be on the same page about? Okay, something that has a lot of things going on with it, many of which are not so good. Something that, again, has been intentionally skewed to where we have kind of confusing viewpoints about it, and something that has to do with this King of Wands in reverse, which is representing a powerful masculine energy, most likely a male energy here. So whoever that is kind of at the heart of this issue. It's something that is happening overseas as I sit here in the United States, so I would consider this overseas. So I'm guessing It relates to potentially one of the conflicts that are going on over there, whether we're talking about Israel-Palestine type conflict or Ukraine-Russia type conflict. It looks like it probably has something to do with one or both of those conflicts over there, especially for that King of Wands to come up. Whoop, okay, that one almost fell. Upright or reverse? Okay, upright Hermit card. So these are things that have already been brewing in the dark that are about to have a light shown on them. So when I said unsettled earlier, as I was talking about August, we're getting that unsettled energy again here. We're getting that unsettled energy again here. Oh boy. Oh boy. And to continue with that unsettled energy, even beyond this, Four of Wands in reverse, Star card upright. So this is something that affects home and families negatively. And it's something that's going to forcibly enter us into a new period. A new period, entering us into a new period. Usually the star card, it's like, oh, the age of Aquarius, new period is in that. But that doesn't necessarily always get represented here, because I was picking up that it didn't feel super positive, and the Ace of Cups in reverse reiterates that, because this is an emotional thing in an upturned way. And now we have a King of Swords upright, so we have some other masculine, divine masculine energy coming in that's trying to be a good force in this, somebody that's trying to come in as a voice of reason in this, and trying to bring clarity to the situation so it doesn't escalate. So I think that there's going to be some inflammatory, escalatory things going on in the Eastern conflicts, some kind of a way, with where this is drifting to. And I see that there's, in particular, one masculine energy that is really fanning the flames, or carrying the torch himself. And then there is another masculine energy that's trying to be wise, smart, get to the point, say what needs to be said, trying to do what needs to be done to avoid, worse things happening. The problem is Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This person is only one person. They can't do it all. And if we're on a Wheel of Fortune in reverse, aka a downward spiral, a bad luck spiral, then we're not helping ourselves. And I don't say that as in us, we as the little normies here walking around are doing anything wrong. I don't see that. I'm just speaking as a collective, that all of us as a collective, when our leaders bring us down, they're bringing us down. They're bringing us all down. They make decisions that could bring us down, and that affects us all. Once again, we get our King of Pentacles in reverse that we got in our most recent video that I filmed on the future of Kamala Harris. It's weird that this energy keeps representing itself again. Now this energy is coming up in a reverse position here. So we have a reverse masculine energy coming up in that wands type of way that seems like it's representing somebody from the East relative to the United States. Then we have somebody over here, our King of Swords, is supposed to be good and bring clarity to this, but yet we are once again being taken down by this kind of King of Pentacles energy that's in reverse. This very tangible type of thing. Somebody who's exceedingly wealthy, and exceedingly well connected, and is able to kind of pull some strings in that type of respect. So, and as I'm saying all of this, I don't know if you can tell, my dog is barking up a storm, so I'm about to pause this video, go grab her to bring her back in, and keep reading this video, because she's panicking outdoors, thinking that she's left for dead, as we're having all of this that's making me panic indoors, feeling like we're left for dead. So please hold, I will return. And I'm back. I don't know if... Yeah, okay. There you go. Yeah. You were causing a ruckus. Yeah. I thought it was just Izzy, but it was Izzy and Teddy. And Teddy was the loud one, so he was actually causing a ruckus. Go figure. Anyway, they're in now and they're happy. So, that's what's going on with this top row, which was enough. But now we have this bottom row. So, 10 of Wands upright, Chariot card upright, Queen of Cups upright. With this, a good thing, after we just had some hard pills to swallow, a good thing is that I see that there's going to be some kind of energy put into carrying a big load, heavy load that has to be carried, but it's carried successfully and in the direction that we need it to go and in a way that is helpful. So for everything here that seems to happen, that seems to be a bit of a tower moment and kind of sends us in somewhat of a spiral, we at least have some sort of silver linings in place to assist. So it's not all doom and gloom. It's not all despair. It's just like, woo, intense and unsettled. I'm about to write down unsettled, because that has come up way too many times to not have that written down for like the thumbnail or something like that. It seems very thematic here, and I don't want to miss a theme that wants to present itself. So let's get a little bit more down here from this good stuff. We want a little bit of good stuff too, don't we? I do. I'm sure I'm not alone in that. So let's see. Yeah. Putting forth a lot of work and not giving up on it. Certain decisions may already be made, but that doesn't mean that we are unable to fight this, that we're unable to stand up for this. The 9 of Wands is in reverse, so sure, not everyone's going to be able to feel like they can bounce back from whatever craziness and wildness goes down in August 2024, but that doesn't take away the silver linings that we do have. It's going to be a little bit of both. You know, some people function with a bit less resiliency than others. Other people have a lot of fight in them, and we do what we feel called towards. If someone feels called towards that fight, let's let them step up, step forward, and handle that. And for those who feel like their strengths lie elsewhere, let's look towards that as well. So there's going to be things becoming ever increasingly clear in August because of all of this. Again, it's meant to be a bit of a catalyst month, which means it's meant to be an eye-opening month. It's meant to be a little bit of shock value to open our eyes to things. Everybody's got that one friend that likes to tell jokes that are a little too far or a little too because they like the shock value or whatever. August is that. Great, thanks August for telling this crazy joke for shock value. The joke's on us for August. Thanks for that. There's a lot of that, but I mean, there's no better eye-opener than something shocking. You know, as sad as it is to say, the things that happened, in our past on 9/11, shocking, opened our eyes. The things that have happened here just in the past month or so with, Trump getting pew-pew by his ear and Biden being, from what my cards said, forced out. And then now having, Kamala Harris rising up towards a Democratic nominee and J.D. Vance now in the picture as a running mate. And all these wild things, there have been things that people are like, whoa, shocking. And yet I feel like my eyes are opening more now than ever on these things. I'm seeing politics differently than I ever saw it before. I'm starting to question things. I'm starting to look at things different. I'm starting to try to follow the money, follow the power, follow the who does this benefit. All those things people are thinking about now more than they used to. There was always certain subsects of people that thought that way, but now more people than ever before are starting to have these eye-opening thoughts, and August is a major catalyst for that type of energy here. And as much as there's going to be that shock, there's going to be a silver linings follow-through of eyes wide open, ears wide open, taking things in, understanding things with new clarity that we have never before. So there is, once again, an unsettled feeling about August. There is a lot of conflict and contentious energy coming out here. And there's a lot of confusing energy coming out here. But by the end of the month, there's going to be so much more clarity that we're going to be like, whoa, I thought July already packed enough punch, already had, a year or two's worth of happenings in July alone. July meet August. August is the new July. Yay. So, wow. Okay. I'm going to pull these up. And if you'd like to book a private reading, my website is BeasTalksAndTarot.com. You can book a private reading. You can book private Reiki Energy Healing. You can also book some life coaching, some healing services in that capacity. There's also tarot tutoring for people who like to read the cards the way I read the cards and they want to learn that. So BeasTalksAndTarot.com for any of those types of private services with me. Happy to meet you and help you however I can. Also, again, reminder, in just a little bit, I'm going to do an extended video for anything else we can know about July 2024 coming up for the Perk Squad over there, for anybody that wants to hop on over there. And also, I need to let y'all know, if you haven't seen my community tab post, I have a live stream schedule that I have announced over there. So I have it written down on my handy dandy sticky note here as the dogs just burst into running into the room for no reason other than zoomies. Wow, pardon the interruption. But live streams every second Friday of the month at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every fourth Tuesday of the month at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I had on there, kind of a breakdown of time zones, because I understand there's different time zones. So I'll read the post off that I have right here. So every second Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern, which is 11 a.m. if you're in the Los Angeles Pacific time zone. It's 7 p.m. if you are in the UK time zone. It's 4 a.m. unfortunately if you're in the Sydney time zone. So for you, I know that would be a tough one, but there will always be the replays. I keep replays. And then every fourth Tuesday of the month, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. in the UK, 7 a.m. that following Wednesday morning in Sydney. And again, all those live streams, Lord willing, YouTube willing, are recorded, and people can watch them as replays if they're not able to attend in person, whatever. Y'all know how live streams work. So just wanted to put that out there for everybody, just so you can mark your calendars and come hang out for an hour or so on those days. Look forward to getting to see y'all twice a month. I used to get to see y'all twice a month for years, and then when I was working 3 jobs, that all went to hell in a handbasket, and it was not happening. And so now that I'm finally recovering, knock on wood, from having 3 jobs and I'm back down to 2, then I'm trying to get a schedule back for that. So live stream schedule there for y'all. Mark your calendars. And I guess we're gonna do a little B-roll here at the end of puppy shenanigans, like what you've already seen and heard all throughout this video. But why not do some more puppy shenanigans at the end of this to give some lift and light and love and smiles and giggles and whatever, anything else to kind of get rid of some of the heaviness that came up in this. This was a lot. And then Perk Squad members, I am coming at you with an extended video so that we can look at anything else about August 2024 that we need to know. Pray tell. We'll find out in that one. But everybody else, don't be a stranger. Come back and see me, and I will talk at you later. Love you, got a lot of videos coming up. Got a lot of future ofs. Got a lot of politics stuff. Got a lot of requests I'm gonna fulfill. So come back and see me. Love you, bye, y'all. Wow. Rude. And entirely uncalled for. You okay, Teddy? You just went through hell. Poor thing.
Without the right coordination, it was clear that it was not the same thing.